So, Bob, I'm sure you see both good and bad out of games like this. Give me a little of each.
Uh, we played good in spurts, I guess. Uh, the good Taz was really good, and the bad was we didn't continue to play. We let up, we let down, we did whatever, and um, just I thought our defense early on was pretty good, and then it wasn't any good. I thought we rebounded it pretty well early, and then we didn't rebound it at all. So we got to be a whole lot more consistent than what we are at this point.
Coach, the run in the second half where I think you guys are up 30 or whatever, and then they get back into it a little bit. For most of that stretch, Taz was already on the bench. So I mean, is that kind of an exclamation point on just what Taz means to this team?
Well, we were up 15, and we went up by 32. So we outscored them by 17 at that point, and Taz was on the floor. Yeah, I think it does mean that. Sean struggled today, but Sean's not gonna. He's not going to have a whole lot of days like that, I wouldn't think. And when you get those two guys going, I mean, my thought in the beginning was you get those two guys going, they can't overhelp then on like Jalen's guy or Isaiah's guy because they can both make shots, and we can really spread the defense and get the ball at the basket, and that none of that to this point's come to fruition.
What did you think of Isaiah and some of those others that haven't played a ton for you?
I think we're 15 guys is a lot of guys. 15 guys is a lot of guys to get on the floor, and so I guess it's natural. You got some pouting, and then when you get to pouting, it's hard to play. And my answer to their questions has not changed. It's like, what do I got to do to play more? Play better. Don't go out there and throw the ball to the other team. Don't not guard your guy. Don't stand around and not rebound. Maybe go set a screen. Play better.
With so many players to try to evaluate that, can you evaluate it all in practice, or?
No, you can look at that tape, and it's hard to hide on there. It's really hard to hide. There were a few guys that we didn't give as many minutes, so maybe a little easier for them to hide. But for the most part, no, they can't hide. And you can watch it over and over and over and over. So.
Seth had a problem in the family.
Yeah. Lost his father.
Malik and Keedron, I know Keedron got poked in the face there, but him and Malik and Kobe, kind of what did you see there from your point guards?
Well, Keedy got whacked in the head really good. I mean, above the eye, and got a pretty good cut. I'm not sure how that's ruled not a flagrant foul when you swing your elbows. They're saying they didn't raise him high enough. Well, if they didn't raise him that high, how the hell did they hit him above his eye if they had him down around their waist? I don't understand all that. But I guess they're just learning too. Yeah.
You have two premier shooters in Sean and Taz. One has a big night, one has has trouble making it. How fine is the line between making and not making shots when you're that good.
Well, Bob, I thought the first two shot were down, and they bounced out. It's some days you shoot it really good, and I don't know why you do, and some days you don't shoot it very good, and I think sometimes we get out of I kind of want to say comfort zone, but that's probably not the right thing to say. We get out of what we have done our whole lives. For instance, you grow up in basketball. They tell you keep your head over your shoes. Keep your head over your shoes. Finish high. And I think then sometimes you get to where you're throwing your head back for whatever reason, whether you saw somebody do it on TV or you're trying to avoid somebody getting a piece of the ball, or I'm not. Some guys can do it. Some guys have better balance than other guys. Some guys, when they do that, their balance is off, and when their balance is off, you're not going to make shots, and it becomes very flat. And when it becomes flat, it's either going to hit the rim. It's going to hit the rim, bounce back, and generally bounces back to them, or it's going to hit the back of the rim and bounce back. And when that happens, that just means you're shooting it really, really flat. And I think what you saw from Taz tonight is he finished with his hands high. You finish with your hands high, that means you got it over the rim.
Does it help if a guy's not hitting the shots, he's a good shooter, to get him out of there and sit for a while, or is it better to give him the ball and let him keep banging away until he makes one?
Well, it kind of depends on the situation. I think the reality of it is a game like this, why not let them go? Because it really doesn't count anyways. A game that counts, probably going to get them out and maybe talk to them and try to get them calmed down. But some guys, you take them out, they just they pout, and that's not good either. I mean, it's hard to have 15 guys and not have guys pout. And I mean, I get it. You want to play, but well, I don't get pout. I get pissed off. I don't pout.
Coach, you're talking about defensively, good moments, bad moments tonight, but it seemed like you're able to kind of do some things there, force some tempo with a little full court, man-to-man kind of stuff, kind of show some athleticism there, force 20 turnovers.
Well, you know what, Justin? We came out and we had a lot of energy. We had a lot of energy early, and then all of a sudden our energy left us. We didn't have the same kind of energy. And I thought, we when we brought like DC in, I thought he did a really good job for a period of time. You can't quit playing. I mean, you just can't quit playing. I gave him the example of where we would have been last year had we made a couple free throws. Had we maybe guarded a guy a little better who threw in a jump shot from half court when we're up 2 and beat us by 1. Just happened to be the number 1 ranked team in the country. National champions. Just happened to be them. We didn't make the free throws. They rebounded it, dribbled across half court, hit a 3. We didn't guard them very well. Of course, you don't want to foul in that instance either, but you got to finish. You've got to finish plays. You can't Well, you can't take plays off. You take plays off. What happens is, like, you do a great job on your man, and he struggles, and then all of a sudden you get tired, so you just kind of stand around, and all of a sudden he hits 2 shots, and now all of a sudden he's got the momentum going, and he makes some more, and then all of a sudden he makes a hard one, and now he's really ready to go. Why? Why let him get started?
Did you see anything out of that, like the pressure though, that kind of makes you think, well, maybe we can keep working, keep doing it?
No, I kept looking. I didn't see JC, Dax, or Sags out there. We got a long way to go. We got a long way to go. And and I don't. To this day, I'm not sure what combinations is good. I mean, I didn't play Gabe early because he gets in foul trouble. And we need him at the end of games. He makes plays at the end of games. Yeah, but then he goes out and fouls when you put him in. I don't. It just doesn't do us any good for him sitting on the bench with 4 fouls. He's too good a player. He's too important to us. And I got it. He wants to play. He wants to play, and he's had a great summer. He's worked his butt off. But
Anything else?
Are you a little more comfortable that you have deeper front court rotation, especially now that Gabe, kind of gets in foul trouble? Add Kerrigan.
you must be seeing something I'm not, because I know I don't feel comfortable. I mean, we got some guys that can do a few things. DC can block shots. We don't have a back-to-the-basket player. I mean, a guy that we could really invert and put down there's Gabe. Gabe's got the body to do it. You saw Isaiah get pushed off the block. You saw DC get pushed off the block. No, we don't. We just we don't have Derek Culver. We don't have Sags. We don't have Devin Williams. We don't have those guys. That's not going to be a large part of what we do, because we can't do it unless they all of a sudden gain 30, 40 pounds.